Ziad, you're on?
Yes.
You ready?
Good afternoon. Now we will move to another subject, which is microfinance, microcredit, and providing services to the poor. This is another interesting topic that I would like to share. Actually, too many of us has raised the question how we could help the poor, what could be our role actually as a private investors or private sector or social investors that would work with the poor until at the bottom of the pyramid. Actually, the latest statistics says that there is at least over 3 billion people who lives under the poverty line of $2.5 a day, and more than 1.4 billion people who lives under $1.25 a day. This is a huge numbers, and numbers are increasing. We have first, in order to do that and to do the partnership between the private sector and the microfinance, that we should define carefully and precisely our target market between the productive poor and the low-income people, or the financially excluded. Productive poor, those who have they have skills and professions, but they don't have finance or money to start their businesses. Low-income people who already have some small workshops or professions, they are doing their income-generating project, but not yet ready to increase their income. Or those who are the financially excluded. Financially excluded, those who are having businesses, but they are excluded from the mainstream financial systems. And they are all important for us as the poor because we want to work with them. Microfinance theory came and defined the 3 indicators, 3 dimensions that are equally important, which is outreach, sustainability, and impact. All of them should to maximize the impact over the living standards of the poor. Microfinance, according to the Microfinance Information Exchange, has defined more than 8,000 microfinance institutions operate around the world. At least 3,600 institutions of them has served until now so far over 100 million. Going back to the gap of numbers, when we are talking about 1.4 billion people who are living below the 1.25 cents per day, and totally about 100 million who has been served, there is a huge gap of 1.3 billion. Those who are not tapped yet, because I think there are too many challenges they are facing, not only financing them with the proper finance services, but training. Most, according to our model and where we started it and created the Tamweelcom in Jordan, that we found out of the research that there are 60% of the micro-entrepreneurs still facing a problem, or the poor, of getting the proper training due to various reasons of there is limited resources of vocational training to get new professions or skills. And even if they manage to do that with the other training, they're still facing another problem of marketing opportunities. This is the model that was created is the micro value chain service, which is providing a set formulated model of services to the poor to make sure that we maximize the impact of the financial services of the microfinance institution around the world. First, we have to choose our market carefully and work with those who have skills or those who doesn't have skills but they want to get new skills through proper things. So we have to to have segments of different target that we should classify our clients. Then we work with those who doesn't have any type of training or skills to give them the proper training through partnerships or through certified training centers. And this is, I think, this is what we were going to see, that who's going to do that. Then the mainstream business that microfinance is doing around the world is financing, plus other financial services like savings, microinsurance, and other money services. But as you see in the micro value chain services, starting from choosing the market and the client, then training, then financing, all of these steps or these processes are equally important as the last one, which is marketing. Marketing is the most important one, and even with the microfinance institution, most of the microfinance institutions around the world are providing one financial services, which is the financial savings or loans, neglecting the other parts of the services, which is equally important. Microfinance providing the financing, but our model that we've created in Tamweelcom, that we have that both parties of marketing and training could be provided by the partnerships or the private sector, the social investors, the investors around the world, the private sector around the world. This model, which is combining of 4 steps, it is out of our research and our field experience with the micro-entrepreneurs. Too many micro-entrepreneurs, they have the skills, they have the financing from microfinance institution, but they don't have the access to the marketing opportunities. Or they have marketing opportunities, but they don't have the proper skills to improve their products or to make it sellable items or to improve their living conditions at the end. Micro value chain service and microfinance, it's a very important model, and I will leave you to the rest of this session today with the question, how could this model add value to the living standards of the poor, and how we could, through this model, to attract the attention of the private sector. Because doing the business by ourselves as a microfinance institutions or practitioners, it's still difficult and it's not an easy job to reach out to the other or the rest of 1.3 billion people who are living under the poverty line of $1.25 a day. Thank you.
Good, Ziad.